So this is how to export test banks from McGraw-Hill ConnectED and then import in the Canvas. So first I would log into my ConnectED account, and this should work for any of the books. Click on the book that you need. This is for 6th grade. I click on the menu, down to assessment, and this is what you want, the e-assessment, McGraw-Hill e-assessment. It'll say course 1 for all of them. Once you open it up, on the left-hand side has the question sets and the tests. You'll notice a lot of them have multiple books. This has course 1 and course 2. Here's pre-algebra. If I were doing course 1, I could select any of the chapters. Here's chapter 1. In chapter 1, it has all of the different assessment masters and homework assignments that are available to you in the regular curriculum. Now, if I just wanted to take test 1A and export that out, I could drag it over to this window here. It would load the test. Now this has got 12 questions. If I wanted more questions to form a larger bank, I could just keep dragging these over. Maybe this is an end of chapter assessment, and I want a bank of 30 or 40 of them. I could add that. I'm going to stop here. I think you get the idea. You can just keep dragging them. You could open this up and select individual questions from each lesson or the quiz or a pretest or any of these. Once I have the desired number of questions, I'm going to export it. Now, you could probably choose any of these. I have always done QTI 2.1. I don't know why, but it works. You can import these into Canvas as well. I don't really know the difference, but QTI 2.1 has worked for me. After I export it, it will save a zip file on my computer. Now I'm going to go back to Canvas, select the class for which I want to upload. Let's do 6th grade. I'll make a new module, call it assessment. And here's that new module I just created. Inside that module, I'm going to add a quiz. New quiz. We'll call this chapter 1 test. Okay, now I have the test ready to import into the questions, but I need to first import that. So I'm going to go to import existing content. This was QTI. I'm going to select the file that I downloaded. Let's see, is it downloads? There it is. I'm going to create a new question bank. It must be a bug, but no matter what you call it, you could call it test bank 1. It's going to bring it in as an untitled thing, so you have to rename it later. I'll import it and completed. Now if I go down to quizzes, this is where I can change the name of the test bank. And then once I'm in quizzes, I click here to manage question banks. Here I have a no name, Math 6, 24 questions, August 8th, that's today's. I'm going to change this to chapter 1 test bank. Now I'm going to go back to the test that I created Here's that chapter 1 test. And edit. Okay, here's the instructions. Test. All of this stuff you'll have to set up. If you've got assignment groups, you probably want to put it in assessment or tests or whatever. You can shuffle answers, add a time limit. I like to uncheck this so students cannot see the correct responses. You can set it up to show it at a later time. Who are you assigning it to? Everyone is usually the right answer. When is it due? When are you opening the test? And when you're closing it. Once I have that all set up, I'm going to go to questions. This is where you're importing the questions. I'm going to click Find. And here's my Chapter 1 test bank. Select all. Now at the bottom is where you have groups. Groups is where you can test 1. For this test, I want it to pick 12 random tests. Each one's 1 point. So of the 24 in the bank, it will pick 12 of them at random. Now you could set up different groups for like lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and have different questions in each of those lessons. It seems like a lot of work to me. I like to get this up to about maybe 60 questions in the bank and then select 12 to 15 of them. It creates a good randomness and no two students will have the same questions. I'll create the group, add the questions, and here it is, all the questions. I'll save and publish. And here is my test, which was imported from Glencoe Math.